Good morning, everyone. Today we are going to explore something we all use every single day, sometimes even without noticing or realizing it. Natural language processing, that is NLP. It's the science that helps computers understand, interpret, and even generate human language. In other words, teaching machines to talk our talk. So, teaching machines to understand what we are talking or what we are communicating with them. So, let's begin with a simple question. How many of you have spoken to Siri, Alexa, or maybe even Google Translate recently? That's NLP at work. It's in our phones, correcting our typos. It's in your YouTube creating subtitles. And it's even behind apps like ChatGPT having conversations with us. So, whether you asked Alexa to play music or laughed at a funny autocorrect fail, you have already used NLP today. So, in simple terms, NLP is the branch of AI, artificial intelligence, that deals with human language. Imagine you say something, it turns into text. The computer processes it, figures out what it means, and then responds. It's the bridge that allows humans and machines to communicate naturally without us having to learn the computer's language. So the question is, why NLP is hard? Now, here is the fun part. Why is NLP so tricky? Take this sentence. I saw the man with the telescope. Did I have the telescope or did the man? Both make sense, right? Or sarcasm. If I say, great, another traffic jam. Do I really mean great? This is what confuses machines because we as human beings, we are habitual of making out meanings from double meaning sentences or sarcasm. But it's not that easy for machines. And that's why machines get confused, and sometimes even humans. Language is full of ambiguity, hidden meanings, and contexts. So, for that, we need to understand NLP pipeline. So, here is what happens inside an NLP system. So, step one, you give some text input. The next step two, the computer cleans it, breaks it into the words, removes unimportant stuff that we call as pre-processing. In step 3, it converts words into numbers using embeddings. Then next in step 4, a model processes those numbers. And step 5, there comes output or the result like sentiment or translation or a chatbot reply. For example, I love grapes goes through the pipeline and comes out as positive sentiment. Simple magic powered by math. So let's see what is classical versus modern NLP. NLP has come a long way, as you can see on the slide. Earlier, it was rule based. Machines just counted the words, like bag of words or TF-IDF, which we know. But modern NLP goes as deep learning, word embeddings, transformers, and light language models like GPT. The big leap, isn't it? Context. Older models saw words as isolated, but modern ones understand how these words relate to each other. Like how bank means different things in river bank versus a bank account, which we have seen in the earlier slide. This robot is literally confused between two or two, where we can see the spellings are different, but the meanings or contexts are different. Pronunciation is same, but the context is different. Similarly, another figure in which this robot is another confused one because it is confusing with word bank and is wondering whether it means a finance related bank or a river bank. So these are all common funny things that happen during experiences. But still, we have got so many cool applications with us right now, nowadays. Now let's look at where NLP actually shows up in your real life. So if you consider machine translation, think Google Translate. You have already got Google Translate on your laptops and even your mobile phones. Then, when we talk about sentiment analysis, we have got brands knowing whether tweets are positive or negative. Then we have chatbots for customer care or even your smart assistant. And the very known, well known area, healthcare, for analyzing clinical notes, we have NLP in place. For media, we have fake news detection in place, which uses filtering for misinformation. So, NLP isn't just theory that we are learning in artificial intelligence specialization, it's in every click, every search or conversation that we do online. Here is a fun example. Let me show you on the slide. Here is a fun example with Netflix subtitles. When you're watching a show in other language, the subtitles have to be preferably timed and meaningful. That's NLP. It aligns spoken words with the translated text using the sequence models. So exactly the character is speaking and the same words translation is appearing on the bottom of the screen and that's you have seen. And if that sequence is disturbed or altered, there may be funny sequences or consequences, I would say. So without NLP, your Netflix binge would be a lot more confusing. So how NLP is making our experience better for Netflix that you can experience and realize. So if we consider the ongoing applications, then we would definitely tend to think about future of NLP. So where it is heading? We are moving towards truly multilingual models that can handle hundreds of languages, even those with fewer resources. So researchers are working to remove bias from AI, making it fairer. And maybe one day NLP will understand humor, sarcasm, and even creativity better than we do. So imagine an AI stand up comedian. So that's not long waited. I have seen some articles where they say that nowadays AI is generating music, AI is generating novels, AI is generating jokes as well. So at the same time, it's scary but exciting too. So let's test this live. Here is a sentence. Okay. The movie was sick. Now, what do you think? Positive or negative about this sentence? The movie was sick. Some of you might say negative, like being ill, but in slang, Gen Z slang, sick means awesome. Even humans debate. So imagine how hard this is for machines. And that's why NLP models need so much training. Okay, so we have arrived to the summary or takeaways of this session. All right, we'll call it as recap. So, NLP is how computers deal with human language. It powers the apps that we use daily. It has evolved from simple words that count to powerful deep learning models. And the language is messy. Yes, we understand that the language is messy, ambiguous, full of sarcasm, bias, still challenging us. So, what's the future? Smarter, multilingual, or hopefully more human like systems. In short, NLP is teaching machines not just to read, but to understand and interpret. So, thank you all for joining me on this quick journey into NLP. Before we wrap up, here is a fun one. What's the funniest autocorrect fail you have ever seen? Because if there is one thing NLP reminds us, it's that language can be both powerful and hilariously unpredictable. So don't forget to share the funniest autocorrect fail you have ever seen in the comments. Thank you.